Hello everyone. Welcome to Dr. Rajkumar Academy. Welcome to the session on 9/1/2023. So now, if you look at this, PMO reviews situation in sinking Joshimath town. 6. A very important issue for us in different aspects, guys. From geography point of view, I need to look at one important aspect, that is about settlements in mountainous region. So what exactly is happening in Joshimath? 6. When you have a mountain, so what you will do, you will try to cut it for transportation. Second most important thing that you do is for electricity production and supply. Now you tell me, when I have to provide electricity, can I say I need to put like you know the connectivity and all? During this, what I'll do, I will loosen the soil. Any digging activity would loosen the soil. If soil loosens, plus if there is rainfall, what is going to happen? Landslides are going to increase. And when landslides increases, let us assume that we have a land like this, and this particular area is loosened. So what is going to happen? The houses and all will start collapsing. Roads will collapse, houses will collapse. Unfortunately, the residents have told about this, but still the government had not taken serious efforts with respect to this. So this is one issue which is very important for us from settlements point of view. And guys, who is interested in looking into this aspect? It is our NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority, which is headed by Prime Minister, not Home Minister or anyone. Prime Minister heads NDMA. These are very basics, guys. Fine. Second issue, in Kerala region, guys, we have some 90 years old dam called as Mullah Dam. And closer to this dam, there is landslides. And because of landslides, there is a possibility that, like, you know, there can be collapse of the dam. And that would be the worst thing that can happen. Why? You see this. Now, if I have a dam, along the dam, as the river or water will flow, in this area and this area, you will have huge populations. Why? Dam will give water for irrigational purposes. As you have huge population, suddenly when the dam breaks, this entire region and this entire region would be severely affected. So we are facing problem. I want you to do two things with respect to this. See what is the difference between landslides in Himalayas and Western Ghats. Himalayas is earthquake prone. Western Ghats you do not have any earthquakes. Himalayas on the other hand has like an is a tectonic boundary. Western Ghats is not. Himalayas have perennial rivers which affect. They have non-perennial which doesn't affect much. Deforestation is there, and here heavy rainfall and steep slopes are responsible. So Western Ghats, if you see, is like this steep slope, but here it is gentle slope. Fine. So given in NCRT book as well, guys, please go through that once. Mining is also there on both sides. Fake Indian medicines flooding China's black market. See, guys, now when we analyze the Chinese issue, what has happened? For almost 3 years, China followed zero COVID policy and gave vaccination. But the vaccination reached only 69% of the people. Most of the elderly, old people were not given vaccination. No vaccination. Today, these people are dying. Same thing happened in India, right? But you are all aware, whenever we have these COVID and other issues, one of the major problem we face is of medicines, shortage of certain medicines. So in China, there is supply of fake Indian medicines. We don't know who is manufacturing it, but the same company names, but fake Indian medicines are there, and that is being sold rapidly. So China is threatening or being cautious about using such vaccines, guys. India's fake vaccination, which is going around the world, we should be conscious about it, mainly because it can be deliberate attempt to reduce India's global image with respect to pharmaceutical industry. Panel will advise government on research into Canada. See guys, Kannada is one of the oldest languages, similar to Tamil, but there is enough research in Tamil to prove that it is one of the oldest language. Unfortunately, it was not done in Kannada. So, Kannada Sahitya Sammelana, which is like a type of non-associational cultural group, has come together and it has ensured that they are working for Kannada. So these type of things would always be there. Avoid further delay in conducting the census. See guys, census is very important for what? You see, voting purpose, delimitation purpose. That means which must be part of what constituency to give SC and ST reservation, OBC reservation, to check whether what do you call as electricity, toilets, cars, economic status, etc. So the article is trying to say that it is required for all these purposes, but unfortunately Indian government is not talking about it. So there is no mandatory provision in our constitution that census must be done. But in countries like US and all, there are mandatory provisions that yes, census needs to be done. It is only in India that you do not have something like that. A timely halt. See guys, as I was telling you, in Uttarakhand, what has happened? Along the railway line, this side and this side, you have Haldwani, a district or a place where settlements are there. You see, again, we are going back to settlements. So, these settlements are called as squatter settlements, similar to slums, guys, but worse than slums. That means, they won't have proper house, racks, what do you call as wood or something. They make it as a house and stay there. Now, this is railways land, and railways was asking these people to vacate. So they went to the court, and in the court, what happened? The High Court actually told that make them to vacate forcefully. Whereas Supreme Court halted it and said that there is something called as rehabilitation. See, in India, we went for Land Acquisition and Rehabilitation Act. According to that, it is very important for us to rehabilitate. What is rehabilitation? Making them to settle in another area which is less damaged. So that is very important for us. Unfortunately, in India, that has not happened effectively. So in this case, the article is trying to praise Supreme Court for stopping the forceful evictions of the people. Tame, not lame. See, guys, we have certain issues with respect to culture or traditions, which is quite opposite to certain rights. So now the question is, should we give focus on culture or should we give focus on rights? Now Jallikattu is an incident where it is rights of animals. See what they do, there will be bull, like and few people will try to tame the bull. Fine. During this, the bull is hurt a lot. But the best bull they try to take and they try to breed with the help of the bull. So when you try to breed with the help of the best bull, the breed quality increases. So this experiment is actually done to ensure you get the best quality breed. Fine. Now when we are talking about the culture or traditions, this is what is happening. But in the process, the animals are affected. So should we give priority to culture or should we give priority to rights of animals? See, culture is also a fundamental right. So government should be conscious, try to spread awareness, and ensure that the bull is least harmed in the process. If you say total ban, Shabarimala or anything, if you do it a total ban, that is going to create lot of trouble because people will protest and that would lead to another significant issue. Already once the court had told and people had protested, so again we don't want to enter into that issue. Making healthy choice, he says eat fruits and go to gym regularly. Participatory mapping exercise. 6. Now we have something called as Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Under this, they normally set up national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, correct? Conservation reserves, community reserves. We have national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. National parks greater than 100, wildlife sanctuaries greater than 500. They are there. Now, if I have a national park, no human activity is permitted. No human activity is permitted at all. But around this zone, farmers, tribals are located. Around this zone, farmers, tribals are located. Now, that is the biggest issue we have. When farmers, tribes, all the communities, they come and they are present around this. What will happen? Whenever a farmer needs something, he will go in and come back. Tribes need something, he will go and come back. Restrictions are not possible. And slowly, some farmers they start taking forest land. Forest land is encroached upon. And when forest land is encroached, animals may enter into the villages. In last 1 year, 8,000 cases of man-animal conflict is reported. Can you imagine? Man-animal conflict of almost 8,000 cases were seen recently, which is an indication that human being is entering into the national parks and all regularly. How to avoid it? Now, when I say biosphere reserve, it says you will have a core area, you will have a buffer zone, you will have a transition zone. The core area will have wildlife sanctuary, national park. Buffer zone, core no human activity at all. But in buffer zone, they say you do grazing, you do fishing, you do research, collect medicines. So, whatever you need from the forest, collect it from the buffer zone, not from the core. And here I can have settlements. So, whenever these people try to capture, right, whenever these people try to capture, they will slowly take buffer zone, but not the core area. So, the transition zone is called as a region where man and animal or man and nature coexist. They live together. Unfortunately, these type of things are not there around wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. See, we have 500 to 600 national parks and wildlife sanctuaries, but UNESCO recognized is only 12 and Indian recognized is 18 biosphere reserves. So because of this, it is very, very important for us to know that how to protect our national parks. For this, the Supreme Court recently told that if you have a national park, around national park for almost 1 kilometer, you try to set up eco-sensitive zone. Eco-sensitive zone. See now, yeah, in this case, what are they trying to tell? Go for eco-sensitive zone. Now, if we go for eco-sensitive zone like this of 1 kilometer, farmers' land will be acquired. And if farmers' land is acquired, they become landless and the problem increases. Moreover, guys, most of this, what the farmers are doing is tree cultivation or plantation agriculture, coffee and other things. Banana, coconut, like coffee and all. So here the problem is you don't know whether the trees and plants are they part of the forest or are they part of the agricultural land. So demarcation is becoming very, very difficult. But Supreme Court has told that we need to implement it. People are protesting because their agricultural land will be gone. Government is not able to do with the help of satellite because the trees and plants are either part of the forest or part of the public. So those are the issues that are going on, guys. And whatever I have told you is the basic part which will be taught to you in your uh, classes. So don't worry about it. Younger diabetics on the rise. Guys, border problem with Jammu Kashmir, especially with POK when we see it is terrorist infiltration with arms and all. So two such people were killed, which is a good response. Park National among five named by NIA in Ludhiana blast case. Yes, in 2021 there was Ludhiana blast case, and in that Pakistan guy has been caught. Supreme Court stay on Allahabad High Court on UP local body election, a deviation from its earlier judgment. See guys, Supreme Court has told that if at all you need to go for OBC reservation in local bodies, you need to go for a triple test. According to the triple test, first there must be a commission which does a detailed survey and then tells how much percentage of the seats has to be reserved, and in that more than 50% of the seats should not be reserved for SC, ST and OBC together. Supreme Court has told if you cannot do this activity, then don't go for OBC reservation. If at all you want to do, what you can do is have elections, and if any political party says we want to give OBC reservation, then try to give seats to OBCs under what you call as like under general merit itself. See, you want to give the seat to an OBC guy, okay, political parties go give the seat, but why through reservation? So if there is a reservation, every political party member may go for a OBC guy only. So rather than that, you can also choose OBC from a general merit and give him the post. This is what Supreme Court is arguing. Couple fake death to avoid repaying loan. In India, a lot of dramas happen. Yatra to have impact. Himachal cabinet gets ministers. Pranab was consensus. BJP leader dies. Despite Supreme Court order, single woman denied abortion. See, this is one of the difficult thing India has. See, medical termination of pregnancy is very, very important. But when there is a single woman, it is denied because, according to the law, it says that the family has to go and get permission for abortion. So, without male accompanying, it is not possible to get abortion. But here, if there is a single woman who is pregnant and if she really wants to get rid of it, then unfortunately they are not able to, like unfortunately they are not able to go and get the permission. See guys, the upper limit for pregnancy, termination is 20 to 24 weeks for special categories. Fine, 20 to 24 weeks for special categories, and beyond that, until and unless if there is really serious issue, then the courts have to give permission. Unfortunately, if there is a single woman, Supreme Court had told that you should go for abortion, but still the law has not been implemented at the local level. Guys, ninth is Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, where we call NRIs from across the world to come to India, and we hail about their uh, contributions in the world and also India. Now, this day is celebrated mainly because of Gandhi entering into India. On that day, we are also trying to say the contributions of the NRIs in our countries. So, yes, these are some of the issues that we have. Thank you. Miss.